Hey, hey!
Hey.
Welcome to the 2022 Bear Chest calendar. Can you believe we have made it all the way to 2022? Now I know it's 2021, I get that, but the calendar is for the preceding year, so it's 2022 calendar, and we've got some really special things in store this year. And of course, this is a huge fundraiser, and all the money goes back to PRC. We'll explain that in a minute. I'm Mark Palladini, your MC. This is Big Daddy Larry. He runs the
Hey.
whole show, he's the big enchilada here because he runs the whole show. But of course, welcome and thanks for tuning in, because we have two incredible guys on our very last night. Now, this is not the last night. This is kind of the last of the preliminaries, and what that means is that we've had what, six preliminaries. We've had two guys each, and that means we have a great full calendar, and but they still have to compete. They still have to like get their place. So of course, we have already raised some pretty good money, I'd say, comparatively to that. These guys have no like really in-person events to do. They just have online and live things, and it's really been amazing. So, Larry, how's it been so far?
We're off to a really good start. Things are good. I don't think you mentioned, but we doing an alumni edition. I think I have an echo. We're doing an alumni edition this year, so we have a bunch of guys who are, they're knowledgeable. They've been through this process before, and they're like, okay, we can do this.
Yeah,
We know how to fundraise. They're out there. They're hitting up their friends. They're publicizing these events and stuff. So we're off to a really, really good start.
yeah,
And
I'd say
we're off
so. And the again, I didn't mention it, but this is an alumni edition because we decided to bring out the troops again, the guys who have been through it before. Because the guys last year who competed in for the 2021 calendar, they did an amazing thing. They actually raised $125,000, all by doing it just basically more or less online. They had a few little in-person events at the very beginning before we shut down, but generally speaking, they did most of all that fundraising online, and just they kind of found different creative ways to do it. And that's incredible, because if you really think about it, sometimes all these guys in the past, they almost had it easy, right? Compared to
Yeah.
these guys who couldn't even like go out and touch anybody. They actually had to come up with all these incredible, wonderful ways. So, and they did it 125 grand. They did it. You can't really
Last year's team was great, and like you said, they were expecting a normal year, and we had to sort of adapt on the fly. One of the things we tell calendar managers, you need to be flexible, and they really took that to the max. And like you said, we adapted everything to online. And at least this year, again, like I said, these alumni know what they're getting into. Last year, they thought, oh yeah, we're going to be out, we're going to be measuring inseams in the bar, doing that kind of stuff, and this year, we knew it was going to be different, at least through the first part of the year. So we have a different approach.
Yeah, we're certainly looking forward to very hopefully getting back in person, but we still got a long way to go. And they are not going to stop fundraising just because we've got a long way to go. They're going to continue until we at least can start getting more and more in person, and they're going to do a great job too. And who do they raise all this money for? They raise it for a beautiful charity right here in San Francisco called PRC. And Larry, for those viewers who aren't familiar with PRC, explain that briefly for us.
So PRC, actually, there were three agencies that merged in the last couple of years. And as a result of that, PRC offers a variety of services and serves three different communities: people with HIV/AIDS, mental health issues, and substance use issues. And again, by this merger between these organizations, they're able to help people with emergency financial assistance, with housing, with workforce development, any legal assistance they need, help getting benefits or whatever. So it's a really great organization for the clients, because a lot of times they'll need multiple sets of services, and they just go to one place. It's actually all at one address now, except for the housing, and so they can just go from program to program. So it's perfect.
Absolutely. And as you see our guys tonight, we have provided links down below that you can click. It's really easy. You go on, you click, give us $1, $2, $10, 20, 100, and it all goes back to PRC. The calendar also has some great sponsors that help us move your money more to PRC, so that we don't have to use it for all those little doodads and making the calendar and the everything else. A lot of people volunteer their time, but it still costs money to put calendars together. So we have some great sponsors that help us. One sponsor in particular is, of course, Miller Genuine, Miller Lite, and their new product, Vizzy. And I'm so excited to hear what flavor Larry has tonight, because he's got watermelon. He's done like the acai berry. What's that tonight?
I was gonna say, now I have to hold it way out here, like pineapple mango. I should have been prepared.
Pineapple mango. What is this?
Alert. Anyway.
Wow. Aloha.
Vizzy is a new product from Miller Brands, and it's a hard seltzer. So we're promoting Miller Lite just like we've done for years and years. I think Miller's been around since 1999, so an amazing sponsor, a lot of longevity. But check out the Vizzy if you're into hard ciders at all. This is good stuff and a lot of fun flavors.
Good. Yeah, they do have a lot of good flavors, and of course Tito's handmade vodka. So Tito's has been a kind of more or less the past few years they've sponsored us, and along with Miller, and they have been really fun to work with. They've really found creative ways to sponsor us. So thank you to both Miller and to Tito's Handmade Vodka out of Texas. They certainly are much needed and definitely much wanted support. And thank them also for, not just giving up on us because of the pandemic, because that could have been an easy out to say, oh, that's okay, we want to say goodbye. But they didn't. They hung in there. So thank you. We have a few other sponsors we'll thank at the end. But Larry, you have rounded up some pretty good guys, and I think you've saved two of the best for tonight. I think you really have.
This has been a process. When we decided to do the alumni edition, we wanted to bring in guys from a bunch of different years. We didn't just want to have a bunch of guys from recent years. Our goal was to have a pool of men who've been through the process, who all had slightly different experiences, different leadership, and we wanted to be able to brainstorm and come up with some ideas. So we sort of targeted a bunch of years, and tonight we have. I'll let you. Tonight we have one of the older candidates from one of the earlier years. So anyway, I'm very excited to have him on board. But so far you've seen guys from 2010 forward, but we found one from a little bit further back. So
wow. Okay. Well, I think we're all looking forward to that. So, all right. So I say we get to it, right?
Absolutely.
Get to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start by introducing our first guy tonight. He was Mr. March 2019, and his name is AJ. He's 39, originally from Los Angeles. He's an artist. He was also Mr. Powerhouse 2019 and Mr. Rubber San Francisco. Let's meet AJ.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey AJ, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Wow, hasn't been too long since we've been on the stage together, and
I feel like we just
Mr. March.
I feel like we just did this. This was yeah.
Not too long ago.
Not too long ago.
Now, you as Mr. Powerhouse 2019, you never really got a chance to step down, did you? So, does this mean that you're Mr. Powerhouse 2020 and 2021 and possibly 2022?
I don't know. I think it's done. I think it's done with me, and I'm going to hold it forever, and it's over now.
And I see you have some background dancers tonight.
Background dancers?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay. Your little, who knows? So what we asked the guys to fill out a little questionnaire for us.
Yeah.
And I see here that one of your exes and a Roto-Rooter have something in common. What would that be?
An ex and a Roto-Rooter. Man, I don't even know what.
I think it had something to do with your shower.
Oh no! Did I tell you about that?
I think
told
you
you about
did.
that.
I
Oh
think you
no!
did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had this ex who will not be named. We're gonna save names to protect the guilty. Um,
Okay.
he thought that he would do a quick cleanup in my shower so that we could have fun, and wasn't quite as prepared as he thought he was. And I have one of the San Francisco water closets, so it's like toilet over here, shower over here.
Right.
And he thought he could just take care of everything in the shower, and it was a lot worse than he thought it was going to be.
Oops.
So yeah, he ended up filling my shower and doing a good old waffle stomp, but it did not work, and he flooded my tub. So we had to call out the plumber, and he was just like really embarrassed. So
Oh, well, those
Yeah.
things happen only to you, but those things do happen.
it does happen. Yeah. I figured last time we did this, I told you a shit story about shitting my pants. So I figured I had to come back with another shit story.
There
So
you go. There you go. Of course, we lost the spectacular talent of Chadwick Boseman last year.
yeah.
Really good actor.
Yeah.
But he was, of course, very well known for his performance in Black Panther.
Yes.
But I hear he's not the only Black Panther. Is that correct?
So you might remember after finals in 2019, had a couple great moments on stage with Black Panther, and the team sort of took that as a mantra for me, and the whole team for that rest of that year called me Black Panther. And that year we all went to Lazy Bear to do our time at Lazy Bear together. And I was enjoying my night at the bonfire, well, back behind the bonfire, in the tree area by the big tree. Okay, Mark, all sex is happening. I was having sex.
Yes.
There, I was going at it, and it was dark. There was like 20 guys around. It was sweaty guys everywhere. I was loving it. I was pounding away, having a good time. And one of my calendar brothers, hold my best story, comes running up in the dark, finds me, and just starts screaming, "Black Panther!" It wasn't good. It wasn't good. The guy was freaked out. I don't know if he was happy, if he was scared. I don't know what was going on. But
Could have screamed worse things, but yeah, I know.
Sure.
Gave you away over there. We also asked the guys to put together a small personality video of their own choice. That we gave them very little direction as to what to do. So we are going to see.
I had one day to do this, though. I had one day.
All right. Well, you had one day, but let's see what you came up with in that one. Okay.
All right.
Hey, it's your favorite calendar himbo, AJ Huff, Mr. March 2019 here, and I wanted to give you a glimpse into a day in the life of my last year. Here we go.
Like everyone at the start of 2020, it was hard to get out of bed, and I did a lot of moping around the house. But my two best buddies, Hydron and Hayden, were able to finally get me out. And our notorious social distant walks are probably bound to become boy band album covers. I was also doing a lot of studying at this time, and I mean a lot of studying, which was exhausting, but it eventually paid off, and I completed a Cal Berkeley Web Development Immersive. And man, I'm glad that that's over. A lot of my time was also spent wandering around my neighborhood in the Castro and documenting all the businesses that closed. It was pretty sad, and I probably wouldn't have made it through without this guy. You know him, you love him, my boyfriend, the amazing Mr. February 2021, Josh Bushby. And he's gonna kill me for this pick, so let's just leave it up for a bit. I also survived with the help of my roommate, the fantastic Gregory Marks. He's crazy just like me, and I love him. And I also baked a lot of bread. I love bread. And I spent a lot of time here with my other family, my pod. I love those fools too. But it wasn't long before the events of the summer happened, and we took to the streets to fight oppression. It was amazing to see so many people stand up and say, Black Lives Matter. And the people came together, and the people marched. I teamed up with my title brother, Mark Weston, to support the community with a mask fundraiser, and we were able to help a lot of people. But then things got really weird. And I mean like, really weird. So I pulled out my camera and started shooting thirst traps. Because who doesn't love a good thirst trap? And maybe also a steamy shower video. Alright, then I got back to making some real art. and designing and building resin tables. And working out. Yep, that's the slang in the background. And that's a cage. And like everyone else, I spent a lot of time in grocery store lines because at my house, we like to eat. We like to eat a lot. All right, everyone, that was basically a day in the life with me. Thank you for following along. And if you'd like to see more of my story, feel free to check me out on Instagram at @TheAJHuff. You can also check out my TikTok at Flash Thunder Doc. That's Doc, D-O-C-K. And thanks for being here. Let's make some dough for PRC. Let's go.
AJ, that was one day. That was awesome. That looked like a 10-year project.
No, just an idea of what a day looked like. Just an idea of a day.
Well, you know, I have to say that food at the end looked pretty damn good.
Yeah, Mark, come over and eat anytime. You're always welcome.
I know. We got to get all ready for that stuff. You know, going over each other's houses and everything. That's going to be a whole.
Yeah.
We're going to learn that whole process all over again.
I know it's going to be crazy, but I'm so ready for it.
I know, me too. Well, thank you. But we're gonna get a quick look at you first before we say goodbye.
Yeah.
So if you wouldn't mind, we saw enough on the video, but you know what? We got to see a little live and in person. So stand on up there, and on the count of 3, take off that shirt. 1, 2, 3, and there we have AJ. Give us a quick turn. You're wearing I think you're wearing the gold beads tonight. Yeah.
I am gold tonight.
Gold beads. And if you want to give a few dollars to AJ, click the link. And of course, it's easy. And just give AJ a few bucks. So AJ, thank you. Wonderful. We love it.
Mark. So excited to be back here with you guys again.
Loved it. Okay, that was AJ. Again, please reach out, give him a few bucks because it's important for PRC, it's important for the calendar, and it's important to just keep this whole thing going because it's a really great, really wonderful project. So our next guy is Ken, and Ken was Mr. February 2003. So Ken has made a long journey from 2003 to now, but he is back and ready to go. He is 60. He's originally from San Bruno. He supports Our Town Nonprofit Expo, holiday food drives, and he enjoys paddleboarding, surfing, cycling, running, weight training, drawing, and painting. That's a pretty active guy. So let's meet Ken.
Hey guys, how are you?
How are you? Can you hear me fine?
Great. Coming in loud and clear.
How are you tonight?
I'm wonderful. Yeah, very happy to be here. Very, very excited to help support PRC and be back associated with the calendar.
Awesome. Well, I know that we've known each other for many, many years and seen you out and about and around and here and there, and you've done a lot of great work. And so welcome back. Welcome.
Thank you. And I think I've served you many, many drinks.
I think you have. And I don't remember many, many of them. So there you go. Okay. So as I mentioned, Ken told us a few little things about himself as well, and I'm just gonna say it. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. You turned down an evening to hang with Liza Minnelli. You turned down an evening with Liza Minnelli, and you gotta tell us exactly how that happened.
Yeah, well, basically, what I was dating a friend of hers, Michael Feinstein, at the time. This was many, many years ago. And I was living in New York, and she actually was making one of her comebacks at actually Carnegie Hall. He invited me to go to see her. So we were staring at the show. It was incredible. She had, gone through this transformation again, lost all this weight, and she was just like, bigger than life. And so we went to go back and meet her, during the intermission. And I said, sure, right? So we went back there, and amazingly enough, it was the three of us. It was just us. She was in her dressing room, And, what was so incredible about it was completely as you would imagine her, which was, she had just, ended the first half of the show. It was incredible. It was just like this showstopper thing. The audience was on their feet, and then all she could do was just say, "Was that any good?" She was just like this insecure little,
right.
And Michael and we were just saying, you were great, blah, blah. So the second half of the show, same thing. And so I sat there, Michael went back and talked with her. And then he came back to the front of the house and he said, Liza wants to go have dinner. Do you want to go have dinner? And here's the thing is I was 12 in 1972. And I saw that movie, Cabaret. I mean, this really does date me as the old guy on the calendar. But that movie, was incredible. It had, like a whole bisexual storyline. And, and I don't know how I got in, but I saw it like over 10 times. And, it was very, Bob Fosse was an amazing creative movie. It was just full of all these things. It was her, And I really just had this sort of epiphany with that movie for whatever reason. It was just kind of my creative identity of coming out and thinking about my sexuality at 12, 13. So all of a sudden there I am, sort of faced with having these nice interactions with her and just telling her what a big fan I was. And I just kind of, for a better lack of term, pussied out. I just was like, this went great enough, and I've had enough, and I said, I'm tired. I'm going to go home, go to bed. The regret of my gay lifetime.
But at least you did get to spend the intermission and say hi to her in person. So
yeah.
She's a wonderful talent and had a pretty incredible life. So, so we don't forgive you for not hanging out all dinner time, but at least you did get to meet her. So
there's still time.
There is still around. And then there was that time you woke your poor, tired Nana up from her nap. Now, okay, how could you do that? How could you do that? What happened? You woke your Nana up from her nap?
All right. Well, I think my stories are all kind of weird, but here we go. So same time period. And, I was just starting to come into my sexuality, and being horny all the time. And my parents actually had just gotten divorced. I was living with my mom in this small little studio apartment with my grandmother. And, we would frequently take naps on the couch together. And, one afternoon I was just there and got kind of horny. Okay, I'm going to go on with the story. And, I don't know. I just, the moment struck me and I just started, beating off and, she was asleep. And of course, as you got more and more into it, my inhibitions just sort of left me in my body. And I, just started, when I was coming, I was just like, woo. And she woke up and just as hard as she could, just slapped me right across the face while I was ejaculating. So yeah, it's an Italian boy story.
Oh, well, yeah. Getting slapped like that could otherwise be hot if it weren't your grandma.
Right. So, you dress up as my Nana and slap me.
No, but it's worth asking. It's worth asking. So anyway, enough with that. We're going to play your video. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Yeah, this just a quick intro. This was, my career. I was bartending really when I was on the calendar. It was a break really from more the career that I spent my whole life working in retail stores. So this focuses on some retail creative art display work that I have done the past couple of years. So roll up.
I've worked in retail display my whole life. So here's a little taste of what I've been doing the last few years. Hope you enjoy it. These were all installations for a store in Los Angeles on Fairfax Avenue. Projects went from soft and cuddly to a little more hard edge. These were all sort of crazy, insane asylum theme. She was having quite a bad day.
I ended up doing a lot of pride displays for this store. It was on Fairfax Avenue in Los Angeles, and they'd take over the whole store. There'd be big events inside, lots of selfies. This was a big inflatable baby with a rainbow diaper. You could buy a lot of merchandise themed to the event. There was a selfie in the window. We emptied it out, and people could go in there and take Instagram photos.
Now I'm going to go through the steps that it took to create this rainbow unicorn window. I had to import the horse from a neighbor in Santa Rosa. It was brown, and so we took it in the alley and gave it a color change.
Along with the rainbow, it's all drippy. I figured out that a dildo looks a lot like a unicorn horn. So, hope you enjoyed this pre-June inspiration. Happy Gay Pride in advance. Thank you so much for sharing my work.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, sorry, I had a little internet glitch, but I did see the most of it, and I know that our all of it. So sorry about that, Ken. Anyway, sorry, I had a little glitch there. But
I'll play it for you privately.
Thank you. Because it looked great. What great work, and what fun work. What really fun work.
All about joy. Yeah, and that was right before the COVID lockdown, so sort of got my yayas out, and so I am ready to emerge.
Yeah, cool. Well, you can never have too many artists. So anyway, we're going to get a good look at the, we saw you a little bare-chested in the video, but we want to see it in person. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Go. And hey, give us a quick turn. You got the blue beads on. Give us a quick turn. See the whole package. All right. Looking good. So if you want to donate to Ken, click that link, right, Ken? Money. Got to get the money. Click. All right. We're going to see Ken a little bit later. Again, click the link, give Ken a little bit of money, and he will be very appreciative of that. So thank you, Ken. Of course, these guys, they are going to compete on, I forget the date again, May 9th, I think, but Larry will correct me, for in our finals. And our finals are going to be here online because we definitely won't be back in person by that time. But what happens is they're going to compete, and they're going to kind of try to find their perfect spot, their preferred spot. And to help us kind of put that all together, they are being judged by former calendar men. And so we have some great judges tonight. So let's meet those judges right now. Larry, help me meet those judges. Larry, hey. Okay, so we have 5 great guys tonight. First up is Mike Usan. Mike, where is Mike? There's Mike. Mike was Mr. June 2016. Originally from the Manila, Philippines. Mike moved to California in 1999. And Mike likes shoes. Mike likes a lot of shoes. Mike has a lot of shoes. I know. Now he's looking down at his shoes, which he's probably wearing 3 pairs on the same time. Now, even though he's not really going anywhere these days, he's still calling it a lot of shoes, and he's still probably buying a lot of shoes. You have all those online things you can buy now. He currently works for a property management in San Francisco, dealing with affordable housing or below market rate housing. In his spare time, he likes to play tennis. So if you want to hit a few balls, please hit up Mike. He'll be happy to do that with you in probably his tennis shoes. So thank you, Mike. Next up, Ed Matthews. Ed, Ed, there's Ed. Ed is a total two-timer, Mr. January 2012 and Mr. December 2014. We wouldn't even allow him back on the alumni calendar. We said that's 2 times is enough already. And he still finds time to fix computers, among other things, for a living. And he's been a gay comic book publisher and also sings with the Mission Dolores Basilica. Thank you, Ed. There's Ed. John Hughes. John Hughes was Mr. November 2017, now in San Francisco for over 27 years. He loves to travel, and he's recently been through Fiji and Puerto Rico. He also sports a fetish for high-top sneakers. He should talk to Mike, owning over 30 colorful pairs. Now, I will say, you don't have to have a lot of shoes to be on the calendar. It's not a requirement, but apparently it is something that's much preferred by a lot of guys. Thank you, John. Ranj was Mr. July 2017, and he's now a board member of the Bear Chest Calendar. Also committee member of the Grassroots Gay Rights Foundation. Born in Fiji, raised in Sydney, and moved to San Francisco in 2014. At 40, he works as an IT product manager for Gap. He loves travel, good foods, his hubby, and being a social butterfly. His motto is to live life to the max, because who knows what tomorrow will bring. Hopefully not another pandemic. Thank you, Ranj. Manny was Mr. November 2018. He's a native Angelino, born and raised in LA. Although that doesn't take away from his love of San Francisco, which he moved back to and has been a very proud resident for over 3 years now. One of 10 children, he draws his gay sensibilities from his Mexican telenovelas, which practically raised him. He also serves as the current Mr. SF Eagle Leather, and like I've said before, probably will for many years or until we're out of this damn thing. So thank you, Manny. All right, there's all our judges. And you know, Larry, the switching of the screens like that was incredible. Just incredible. Technology has evolved. It has evolved. It really has. So on that note, we're going to take a little break, play a little bit of DJ. Who do we have tonight? Do we have Tim tonight? Or
DJ Tiny Tim again. So yeah.
All right, DJ Tiny Tim is going to bring it to us tonight. Now it's going to be just a few minutes. So this is a good time to get a Vizzy or a Miller Lite. If you don't have a Vizzy, don't run out and get one. It's all right. You can get one after the show, but it's also you must have. If you don't have a Miller, then you must have a Tito's around, because you have to have one of the two, because they're the household brands in every household. So on that, we're going to take a little commercial break and bring you Tiny Tim. See.
When you're home, there's nothing like enjoying a classic with a classic. Miller Lite, great taste and only 96 calories.
I'm about to freak this.
Yo, what's going on? 2022 Bear Chest Calendar Prelims. You too have something special, or else the universe would not have brought you to us to make this happen. This is a man, DJ Tiny Tim, aka Mr. June 2017. Wanted to say thank you, remind you all to have fun, get in that groove, and just go with the flow.
I be that cat that set trends. Where y'all at? On the corner with your friends. Heard you screaming about cream in your rap cat. Yo, my last check for Wild Wild West came on a flatbed. Once and for all, let's get this straight. How you measure a rapper? What make an MC great? Is it the sales? 20 mil. Is it the cars? The A's. Is it the women? Jada. Is it the money? Please. Mr. Clean, let the fact remain. Got girls that don't speak English screaming my name. All you rappers yelling about who you put in the earth, do me a favor. Write one verse without a curse. I'm about to freak this. I'm about to freak this. What you want me to freak this? Don't sleep, I'ma freak this. Yo, it's move when I freak this. Lay back, I'm about to freak this. Peep this while I freak this. I'm about to 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 freak this.
Hey, that was DJ Tiny Tim, also a former calendar guy. They're all coming back to help us. So pretty amazing. Just in case something happens, my internet seems to be a little funky tonight, but just in case something happens, you guys out there, you know what's going on. Big Daddy will take over for me, but let's just hope that doesn't happen and we can just keep the party going. Well, you know, our contestants have been through the ringer before, and so we decided to like play a little mix things up a little bit, and we're going to play To Tell the Truth. Pretty easy. I'm going to tell you a small snippet of a story that happened to one of them, but they're both going to tell you their version of that same story. So obviously one of them will be telling the truth, the other one won't. And it's up to you, the viewers, to figure out who is telling the truth. And you can do that through your comments, either on Facebook or Twitch. You can just kind of type in to see. Now you got to listen to both of them first, but let's see if you can find out who is telling the truth. Now, for disclosure, there's no prizes in this, just bragging rights, but it's a lot of fun. And we've had a good time doing this. So I think we're ready to go. If we're ready to go, we have Ken. Hey, Ken, there you are. So, hey, yeah, we got you both. So you guys have done such a good job tonight. Now let's see who can do a better job of convincing our viewers who is telling the truth. Okay, now here's the thing. One of these two gentlemen sent their trick home one romantic evening. You sent your trick home with the very sheets you had just had sex on. Dun dun dun. So he went home with a brand new set of sheets. Well, at least used once or twice or maybe many times. And now AJ, you wouldn't dream up such a story, would you?
Oh, I would never do that. Okay, so the time that I sent a trick home with sheets. All right, so this one time, this is true story. This one time, I had a sub over, a friend of mine who I play with quite a bit, and we were playing, we were having a good time, and at the end, when we were finished, he started to get dressed. He was in bed still, but he started to get dressed, and he pulled his zipper up, and the sheets got stuck in the zipper. And I was like, I could cut these off and ruin these sheets, but this is a perfect Dom moment. I balled him up. He had him around his crotch, and I got him in a lift and sent him home with my sheets.
In the lift.
In a lift.
You sent the guy home with the sheets in his zipper in the lift.
In the lift, yeah. But it's okay because his husband was able to get him out later.
Oh, well, in that case, that makes it all better. That really,
Yeah.
All right. Now, Ken, is that any way to air your dirty laundry, Ken?
Not at all.
What happened?
Well, as you could tell from my video, I do a lot of window display, and many years ago as well, I was working on a store in New York, and often I would do these projects after hours. And I was working for this very fancy bedding store. It's called Porto, and they sell the most expensive sheets. And I was in the window, as I would do, and I was sort of draping, doing these kind of creative things with these textiles, and all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I spotted this guy sort of cruising me, and kind of ignored him. I was busy, and he just sort of stayed there. And eventually, I realized that he was sort of coming on to me, and I had the keys. I opened up the door. He came in. We went in the back. We ended up looking for a bed, and we hopped on one of the setups and ended up having this crazy time. And then I realized that we had just completely fucked up these sheets. And he came all over them, and I just kind of freaked out. And I also realized that this guy was more into the sheets than me. So I ended up just like tearing off the bed and giving it to him and sending him on his way.
So the zipper and the lift, or the window display and get out. Okay. So you've heard them both. Now, viewers. It's up to you now. We're going to give you 15 seconds to figure it out. Was it AJ with the zipper, or was it Ken with the window display? Are you ready? Go. They both look a little guilty to me. I don't know. Okay, it's up. Now, I'm going to have the gentleman who actually sent his trick home with the sheets. Will you raise your hand? It was AJ. AJ, the zipper was the real story.
Horrible.
Okay. Did you get the sheets back?
I did, in imperfect condition.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess they came right out. Who knew?
Didn't even have the little creases in them or anything?
Oh, it was great.
And here's the last. Do you still have those sheets?
It's sad to say, but I do still have those sheets. I need to. I need sheets. So Ken, actually, if you can hook me up with some of those Porto, I could use some new sheets.
Sure.
See, there's always a way to bring the world together. It really is. It just happens. All right, I'm gonna have you guys stay shirtless. We're gonna dance off a little bit while we add up the final scores. We're going to take another little DJ break. This one will be very short, just a couple minutes. And we're gonna have you guys dance off. We're gonna add up those scores. We're gonna come back and find out how much they've raised. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't still click the link and you can't still donate, because you can. So make sure that you do that even as we dance away and add these scores up. Are you guys ready?
Absolutely.
All right. I think we got a little commercial first, and then we come back to some more Tiny Tim.
The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie sky is wide and high. Deep in the heart of Texas.
This revolution is not a rerun, brothers. This revolution is live, 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 live,
Hey, Tiny Tim. Awesome. Thank you for doing that for us. That he just, he again volunteers time, and this is just one big family. It's really got it all together. So a couple things. Coming up, we've got the Sisters in the Park, and they're going to do their thing online this year, of course. And we've got the Imperial Court voting, so we've got some good stuff coming up. So not everything's going to be in person, but it will be a lot of fun. Speaking, Larry, calling Larry.
Here I am.
Larry, hey. So there's again. I know people are probably going to be real tired of this online thing by summer, but hopefully we can start to get a little bit more in person. But what day is our finals? I forgot. Was it May 9th?
It's May 8th. So Saturday, May 8th.
I will be here, I promise. But no, May 8th was our finals right here online. So so please join us for that, because that's going to be a lot of fun. It's another opportunity for you to give. Even if you've given once, we're going to ask you again. Okay, we're just going to be honest about it. We're going to ask you again. But you're not going to be the only ones we're going to ask. We've got an amazing 12 guys that are going to be asking as well. We even threw a wild card in this time, because one of the guys on the calendar has never been an alumni, and that was a lot of fun too. So I think it's time to bring our guys in. Yes. Bring our guys in tonight. AJ. And all right, first, you guys did amazing. We love the videos. We love the stories. We love the money that you put together. And speaking of the money, I think, Larry, do you have a little total for us tonight?
I do, and just bear in mind, these guys are just getting started. It's only been like 4 or 5 days that
they've only had 4 or 5 days to raise this. Okay, they haven't been working all year, like months. No, 4 or 5 days.
And we're over $1,300 already. So way to go, guys! That's pretty
over
amazing.
What? What's that?
1,300.
13. I thought it said 3 at first. But 3 is great. 1,300 is much better. $1,300.
Yeah.
I know some of the guys in the previous have raised 1,000 here, 1,000 there, 2,000 there, whatever. It was just amazing. So we are off to an amazing start. I think this is going to be a really, really fun year, because it's going to be almost like where the other guys started in person. I think you guys are going to end in person. I think that's going to almost like tie the whole thing together. I think it's going to be a really, really exciting year. So Ken and AJ have both, of course, made it to our finals. So guys, grab your finalist shirts and put those on for me.
All right.
I know they're somewhere. They got to be somewhere.
No, I dig in my closet.
AJ, as an alumni, the both of you probably have like a few T-shirts. So
I've got a couple.
And of course, the T-shirt is your ticket into the finals. And so welcome to the both of you. You have made it. And we are going to be looking forward to raising a little bit of money before May 8th and on May 8th and beyond. But definitely, we're going to look forward to the next stage in this calendar and this year. So congratulations. Thank you to Powerhouse, because if we were live, we would be there, and they've always been very supportive. Thank you to Miller Brands and to Tito's Vodka, Mr. S Leathers, 9x6 Lube, all people who have given generously, not just over the years, but we know that they would give generously this year, and they already have. So So thank you to all them. Thank you to our judges and the treasurers and calendar committee and everybody that helps put this together too. So guys, how do you feel?
Great. Yeah. Really buzzed. Thank you so much for letting us be involved with this.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. Excited to be back and raising money for PRC again and with the Brotherhood again. So it's great.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. On that note, we'll sign you guys off.
Cool.
And have a great night.
Thank you so much, guys.
And please join Larry and myself May 8th. Larry, what else was there?
So just a couple quick things. People may be wondering what's next, right? We've had 6 amazing prelims. You've met 12 amazing guys. We're gonna have a really cool calendar. We're gonna have a lot of fun. But what's next? What do we do now? What happens between now and May 8th? So what happens is these guys are gonna keep raising money. They probably already hit you up with their Classy page. Classy is what we use for our online fundraising. So they've probably already hit you up with that. So you can donate and support these guys in their quest through their Classy page. And we also are doing a raffle for our finals, and we're going to sell the tickets in person. So the only way to get a finals raffle ticket is to talk to one of these finalists, and then they'll take care of all the paperwork with you, get you signed up. You don't need to be present to win. Actually, nobody's going to be present to win because we're going to draw the winning tickets at our first team meeting on May 12th.
Wow, cool.
So anyway, but basically 2 ways to support your favorite contestant. One is go to their Classy page and support them online. The other one is to buy a finals raffle ticket from them in person or via Venmo. I mean, in person, in quotes. And then we'll draw the winners, and we'll do an announcement on our Facebook page of who the winners were, and we'll get the prizes out to them. So those are kind of next steps. Of course, you're going to want to tune in on May 8th. I don't remember the time. We may have not set a time. It's in the afternoon.
Yeah, we'll put it on the page. We'll put it on the page. So look for it in the Bear Chest Calendar Facebook. If you're not involved in that, please go ahead and click and like us on Facebook. That way you can be updated as to when our May 8th finals happens.
Yeah.
And
one cool final thought. I was chatting with Scott earlier today over at the Powerhouse, and this is all TBD. So another reason to check out that Facebook page. The Bear Chest Calendar men, well, the finalists may be able to make an appearance there. I mean, just we'll be sitting at a table chilling. It's not going to be like an official appearance, but we'll be there. So anyway, if there's going to be a night that we're just hanging out, socially distant, following all the rules, all the good stuff, we'll let you know on Facebook. So watch for that. It'd be your chance to see these finalists in person. In the short term.
Up close and in person. And shirtless, right? Shirtless, of course.
Yes.
Yes. Even if it's cold, we don't care. Take it off.
I was going to say.
Yeah. Hopefully that weather will warm up. Please, of course, be safe, wear your mask, and socially distance, and do all those things until we can all get vaccinated and get back to whatever normal was or whatever normal will be. When it's your turn, I heard actually April 15th, the governor is opening it up to everybody. Let's see if that happens, but otherwise, if it is your turn, go get your shot, and let's get through this together, because we will, right? Because we will. So yeah. So on that, we'll say goodnight. Please join us May 8th, and we're gonna have a good time. Until then, look for us on Facebook, Bear Chest Calendar, and I think we're done.
Yeah, we're done. We'll let Tiny Tim spin us out, but anyway, yeah, we're done. Mark, it's been great. These 6 weeks have been fun.
Absolutely.
Finals.
Okay, Tiny Tim, take it away.
All right.
May 8th.
Just have a sexy lady. Let the rhythm drive you crazy. Just have a sexy lady. Let the rhythm drive you crazy. Perfect combination for this fine situation. Let's keep on dancing after midnight. Let me love you in the daylight.